Hello everyone, my name is the RetroDen and welcome to This Week in the Backlog, where we're going to talk about every game that I played this week and what I'm planning to play on the next one. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Starting with Pokemon Shining Pearl. Well, Pokemon Shining Pearl is a game that I have beaten when it released, but I decided to go back at it again since I currently don't have a save file for it, and maybe I'll need some Pokemon for it to complete the Pokédex in Pokemon Legends ZA. So I've just been going really slowly through it. I just hop into the game and complete one or two objectives and then call it quits if I'm not feeling it anymore. Either if it's just completing a battle or moving to the next city, I just go in for a quick 20 to 30 minutes and then hop out. In the same vein as playing a little bit of Pokemon Shining Pearl, I have also been playing a little bit of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. A game that, ever since it released, I have had no footage of it, and I think there's very good quality videos to make about it, and it's really good as backroll footage. That and it just being an amazing game, and I know I should have waited for the Switch 2 version to play it, because it's going to be a better version overall, but the scope of this game is so big that it would be just dumb to not start the playthrough right now and then transfer it onto the Switch 2, because the game has so much content that there is no way I can see everything about it until the Switch 2 comes out, even considering that I'm also playing other games, so that's something to take in consideration, and one of the reasons that I've been playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I got to say, I'm really glad I'm playing this again, as this game is truly a masterpiece, and the ambience, everything from the music, the art style, and the entire world of Hyrule is a delight to explore. Moving on to, but sticking with the Switch, let's talk about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, there's not much to be said about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it's one of the Switch's best games, and I've been enjoying it pretty much. But once I played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe a few years ago, all I sticked with was the single player and some LAN tournaments we ran where I live. Right now I'm doing just that as well. I'm playing a lot of the Grand Prix in single player, but I also played a few online races and that's pretty fun as well. I got to say, I never experienced it back when the game released, but this time around I'm trying to give it a try to know more about the game and experience everything it has to offer. But overall, it's just Mario Kart, and I'm also pretty hyped for the next one that's coming out, Mario Kart World, so I just decided to go into the hype train for that and play a little bit of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Also, sticking even more with the Switch, let's talk about Animal Crossing New Horizons, the game that took everyone by storm in 2020 because it basically was the game that saved the pandemic. Everyone was playing it at all times, and everyone was just time skipping to get through everything that was to see in the game. And that's the turnaround that I'm doing this time around. When I had my previous island that I played with when the game came out, I just rushed through everything and grinded everything out, so I had everything I really wanted inside of this game. But this time around, I'm trying to take it slower, I'm trying to experience everything in its due time and waiting for things to happen instead of just rushing for them to happen. And it's been a lot of fun to play that way, because that way I cannot be stressed about having too many things to do in the game. I just hop in, I feel like I do what I can and what I have to do for that day, and I then hop out, which gives me more space to play other things. It's been pretty fun playing it again, and I have always been an apologist that you need kind of these casual games inside of your gaming sessions to chill out and maybe have a little bit more of a relaxed time, because we can't be in a grinding mindset every time that we hop into a computer or console. But to contradict that, we have to talk about the last game that I played this week, which I played a lot of, which was Final Fantasy XIV Online. Yes, again, let's talk a little bit more about Final Fantasy XIV Online like we did last week. I've made a lot of progress. I've already finished the first expansion, A Realm Reborn, and I am in the in-between quests of Realm Reborn and Heavensward, grinding my way through it. I've unlocked the new class that I want to main, and right now I'm playing the class Gunbreaker, which is inspired by Squall or Leon from Final Fantasy VIII, and I've got to say this class has unlimited swag. It's one of the best looking things I've ever seen in an MMO, and I really enjoy the playstyle of having a very active tank with a lot of buttons to press and things to do. And overall, it's been a pretty nice experience going back into an MMO again. I know A Realm Reborn is kinda slow, but I have the patience to do it over and over again, even though this is probably the last time I'm finishing this expansion, and I'm really hyped to finally be nearing a new expansion that I have never played, that being Heavensward. And I've also been completing a little bit of the dungeons, doing a bit of side content so it doesn't become too boring while I'm just grinding my way through A Realm Reborn. So that's what I've been doing in Final Fantasy XIV Online. And you see my character on screen. If you want to add me, I am on the data center Chaos, playing on a server Sagittarius. Please just don't spoil the story for me if you are a Final Fantasy XIV Online player, which I really doubt you are if you're watching this video. But that's been a pretty enjoyable experience and I'm glad to be playing it. As for what are the plans for this next upcoming week, I plan on starting 1 or 2 new games because I'm feeling like I need a slower, like 10-hour-ish single player experience, and I also feel like playing a new multiplayer game just to try out a DLC character that really interested me. Now, I was never a really big fan of GGST, but the new character looked pretty fun to play, so that's something that I'm very curious about and might be checking out for future purposes and also to get footage, because it's also always fun to grab footage from different games so that I have more stuff to talk about. But other than that, make sure to tell me in the comments how your week or your backlog has been going. Make sure to like, as it only takes a few moments of your day, and subscribe so you don't miss any future updates. But other than that, this has been the Retro Den, and I'm out.